Did the deceased Queen mislead the public regarding the Meghan Markle scandal, leading to the fabricated controversy surrounding Archie and Lilibet? Hello, and with all the regal splendor befitting the royal family, we extend our gracious welcome to the Royal Family News channel. It's with immense pleasure that we invite you to once again embark on a journey into the enchanting realm of royalty. Let's move on to the video. A royal analyst is questioning the reasoning behind the deceased Queen's choice to mislead the general population. In his statement, he emphasized that he was not making his request casually. The tragic loss of the Queen brought the entire nation together, sharing a collective sorrow. I, along with the entire audience, witnessed her state funeral, a remarkable display of ceremonial magnificence that had no equal. It was both a fitting tribute to Britain's monarch with the longest reign and a heartfelt goodbye to a truly extraordinary and beloved ruler. In order to marry into the royal family, individuals must undergo a comprehensive evaluation by the UK's Domestic Counterintelligence and Security Agency. In 2016, during the month of March, MI5 privately provided Queen Elizabeth with a classified report concerning Meghan Markle. This is a completely standard protocol. If an individual desires to become a member of the royal household staff, they must undergo a basic security screening process, which includes a relatively lenient formal security clearance. This pre-employment verification procedure is designed to ensure that prospective employees possess the necessary level of credibility, integrity, and potential reliability. If one wishes to marry into the royal family, the process becomes significantly more rigorous. Meghan Markle's personal history necessitated a more rigorous level of security vetting clearance. A thorough examination of both her personal criminal records and those of her family would have been conducted. Her political alignments and past marital history would have been closely examined. When Her Majesty reviewed the report about the actress, what thoughts could have crossed her mind? It is important to consider that she would not have merely skimmed through it in isolation. Courtiers and government officials may have been accompanying her, sharing the task of reading it. Consider the case of Captain Peter Townsend. During a period when the Church of England strictly prohibited and disapproved of marrying someone who had been previously divorced, the relationship between Princess Margaret and Peter Townsend blossomed. Margaret sought her sisters, the Queen's, consent for marriage, but the Queen ultimately denied it due to the captain's past relationships. Additionally, it's important to recall the connection between Prince Andrew and the actress, Koo Stark. A prevailing belief suggests that Koo Stark's controversial history played a role in the Queen's choice to inform her beloved son that their connection would not be appropriate. Even in today's more accepting era, there are additional instances of the Queen discreetly terminating familial relationships that should remain confidential. The royal specialist questions why Meghan Markle, equipped with an extensive background knowledge on her and her family, made the decision to marry Prince Harry. How much time passed between the moment she approved the marriage and when she advised palace staff to avoid mentioning Meghan Markle's name during meetings with her? This knowledgeable commentator is curious about the Queen's initial reference to her as the evil woman after the actual wedding, excluding the one Markle claimed occurred 3 days prior. The Queen received news that Meghan's pregnancy with Archie was revealed to be false and not genuine. The Queen's decision to not swiftly intervene and allow Meghan to leave the country may have been influenced by her hope that such action would halt Meghan's disruptive behavior, despite the latter's glaring disrespect. According to a member of the royal household, she openly mocked the late Queen on television through an exaggerated curtsy, demonstrating her lack of respect. Charles was confused and he questioned why she was promoting the ridicule of his mother to the world. The royal analyst concludes by stating that the British society will not accept the deception and collusion involved in the royal scandal. It is common knowledge that Markle did not give birth to the 2 unseen children. Why did the Queen agree to include their names in the line of succession? To understand the reasoning behind this, let's delve into the history. Supposedly, Meghan gave birth to Lilibet on June 4, 2021. After a few additional weeks, Archie and Lilibet still remained excluded from the line of succession. Towards the conclusion of July, the Queen made preparations for her summer holiday. When she arrived at Balmoral for her yearly visit to the castle, she was warmly welcomed by numerous journalists. The letters were obtained from various online communities and successfully delivered. On the day of her arrival, they reached the Queen's desk with a shared request. It is widely acknowledged that Meghan did not have a biological childbirth, which raises the question as to why they are not part of the line of succession. Surprisingly, the names of the unseen children suddenly appeared in the succession line, sandwiched between the Duke of Sussex and the Duke of York, causing confusion without any clear justification for their previous omission. I just wanted to ask a straightforward question. Did the Queen, in her later years, make the decision to restrict media coverage regarding Meghan's dishonesty? A number of individuals argue that she did so in an attempt to protect the long-term well-being of the royal family. Considering that potential scandal, it would heavily damage the monarchy, which Queen Elizabeth was fully aware of. I have a feeling that the present era is quite different from the time when the former Queen held the power to deny marriage requests and individuals would unquestioningly comply with her decision. Regardless, Harry would have chosen to marry Meghan. Regardless of the attempts made by the late Queen to prevent the union, the marriage of Harry and Meghan would have inevitably caused a scandal due to potential accusations of racism. Once Meghan ensnared Harry in her deceptive tactics as a self-absorbed individual, their relationship became irreversible. A scandal was inevitable, regardless of the circumstances. It solely revolved around finding ways to effectively manage it. Unfortunately, there was no feasible solution to manage the chaos. The royal family found themselves ill-equipped to handle Meghan Markle. They had never come across an individual as wicked and malicious. In comparison, Meghan makes Wallis Simpson seem positively angelic. There was just a very slight possibility that appeasement could reduce the harm. Clearly, it is evident that the previous attempt was unsuccessful. In due course, this situation will find a resolution, one way or another. The journey to success is going to be challenging. I recall reading that Meghan informed the Queen about her pregnancy prior to her marriage with Prince Harry. However, unfortunately, she experienced an unexpected miscarriage. It appears that the Queen gave her approval to the wedding. After their marriage, Meghan sought a way to ensure that Harry would remain by her side steadfastly. And what could be more perfect than adding another child? It successfully worked for her once, so Meghan reasoned that employing the same approach for the second time would be a smart choice. After realizing the deception, the Queen promptly instructed them to depart from the nation. Consequently, they decided to initially travel to Canada. Upon arriving in California, Meghan suspected that the Queen had not divulged the complete truth, inspiring her to contemplate employing a similar deceit on Lilibet. The Queen found herself in an extremely challenging predicament. Harry was known for being a maverick and had consistently demonstrated an unpredictable nature. Thus, it can be inferred that she held the belief that by offering Meghan's companionship and engaging him in a few regal responsibilities, he could be appeased. Despite Meghan's questionable history, it was reasonable for Harry to be permitted to wed her as her past actions were unlikely to cause any harm. The Queen likely believed that Meghan, having a dubious background, would embrace the opportunity to improve her reputation and relish the privileges that come with royal life. Despite the extensive capabilities of MI5, including James Bond and actor Daniel Craig, no one, not even the deceased Queen, was able to comprehend the disturbed thoughts and actions of Meghan Markle until it was too late. Therefore, at this juncture, the family is relieved and grateful that she has been able to come to the United States. With any luck, this should minimize the harm she is able to cause them directly. In light of her past efforts to harm them, she has indeed caused them pain. If Meghan has truly revealed her true self to the public, then we accept her as she is. She possesses an insatiable appetite for wealth, lacks favorability among others, exudes an utterly despicable character, and additionally, has a tendency to deceive. At this juncture, the most sensible course of action for the royal family is to release both individuals from their duties. Harry's life is already in ruins. He's beyond help. If there are children present, those titles must be taken down. Additionally, it is imperative to eliminate them from the order of succession. By losing her power, Meghan would be relegated to the status of an unsuccessful public figure. I hope the king would opt for a press conference, where he discloses the complete truth regarding both individuals involved. In reality, the monarchy would continue to exist. I would never jump to the conclusion that they were misleading the public. The majority of individuals would likely sympathize with Meghan and Harry as they would recognize the challenging circumstances they were placed in. I believe the majority would sympathize with them given the unfortunate situation of having to handle such a disagreeable pair. Harry should not be exempt from guilt, as he is equally responsible as Meghan Markle. Our video is up to here. Kindly share your thoughts in the comments section. As usual, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might find it interesting. And before you leave, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button to stay updated with all the latest content from the Royal Family News channel. Thanks for joining us, have a wonderful day, and I'll be returning soon in upcoming videos.